vessel carrying crude oil en route to the Tema Port has wrecked at Pram Pram. Now, the vessel cracked and split into two, causing an emergency evacuation of the crude. Residents who declined to speak to Citi News say they fear the possibility of pollution as the vessel owner and officials from the Ghana Maritime Authority are discharging the crude into tankers. Fred Duo was in the community and filed this report.
So news circulating on social media indicates that a vessel carrying crude heading towards the Tema Port has made an emergency stop or berth at the Ningo Pram Pram or in the Ningo Pram Pram constituency, where it is supposed to go to the Tema Port and then it will be evacuated to the Akwaba oil refinery. But that was not the case because the vessel carrying this crude has split into two, and this has caused the owners to proceed to evacuate the crude oil at this particular point. So you see us right on the ground where there are tankers discharging this crude oil from the sea into these tankers for onward deposits at the Akwaba oil refinery. The information we've also gathered so far indicates that this is in the tune of about $4 million, and the owners are quite worried about the situation. When we came here, we saw authorities or a woman in uniform and other stakeholders who introduced themselves as the Ghana Maritime Authority, the customs, as well as some other stakeholders in the petroleum industry. Now, currently, they will speak to us on the record, indicating that they want to ensure that no life or property is lost. Now, what we've observed again is that there are two fire extinguishers, one presently at where the tankers are taking in the crude oil, and we understand there is another one closer to where the vessel are. We've seen a number of boats also on sea, basically made up of officials, we understand, and the owners of this particular crude that has been berthed here for emergency evacuation. This has been taking place since last Friday. We understand that the ship, they realized there was a crack right here in Ariam, in the Ningo Pram Pram constituency, so they had no option than to quickly ensure that the evacuation is done. What the officials on the ground told me, and they will speak to me on record, they indicated that they actually got the information from Akwaba oil refinery about this emergency evacuation, and they needed to mobilize their efforts to ensure that they are present on the ground to support and equally ensure that their mandate is duly fulfilled. Currently, a number of tankers have left here already. They've been 3 tankers were loaded from this particular place, and they are headed to the Akwaba oil refinery, and we understand this was done with the escort of police or some officials to ensure that it is not diverted. We are on the ground basically to see for ourselves what is happening. Now, there are a number of men you see on top of this particular tanker who are fetching what is supposed to be water from this tanker out, and we understand the crude is currently polluted by water, and there is no spillage. That is what we've been told so far on the ground by the stakeholders. Now, from here, what happens next, we can't really tell, but the owners or the officials here say they will issue a press statement on Thursday, and that would really give their position on what they've been doing from last Friday till Thursday. My name is Fred Duho, reporting from Ariam in the Ningo Pram Pram district for Citi News.